Getting enough sunlight and having a proper light environment is crucial for your health. Most people today, they talk about being malnourished by food, but most of you watching this video are probably mal-illuminated because you're lacking sunlight, because you probably fear the sun or you spend too little time outdoors. And sunlight is really essential for every organism on this earth, and us humans, we are no different. We evolved under the sun around the equator, and we were exposed to sunlight all day, every day for thousands of years. It's only in the last 100 years that we moved indoors under junk lights like LED lights, fluorescent lights, flickering screens, and this shift has had massive consequences for our health. For example, this 2020 scientific review, it shows that a lack of sun exposure may contribute to around 340,000 deaths per year in the US and 480,000 deaths per year in Europe. Also, I want to show another Swedish study which looked at over 29,000 women for 20 years, found that avoiding the sun was associated with higher all-cause mortality, and it even showed that avoiding the sun is as dangerous for your health as smoking. So, more sun equals longer life expectancy. Now, sunlight isn't just nice weather. Sunlight is really a nutrient, and it's as important as the food you're eating and the amount of movement you get. And we think that sunlight, oh, it's just vitamin D. And yes, vitamin D, which technically is a hormone, is extremely important. But we forget to understand that sunlight is fundamental for every core biological process in our body, including aligning your circadian rhythm and improving your sleep, increasing your testosterone and your progesterone, boosting serotonin and dopamine, which are hormones for happiness and motivation, and also improving your thyroid and regulating your nervous system. And there's a reason why it feels so good to get sunlight on your skin. It's because it triggers the release of serotonin, the happiness hormone, as well as dopamine, and it also spikes cortisol in the morning to wake you up naturally. Even on gloomy days that are clouded, where the sun isn't out, you still want to get outside because there's a much higher lux level, like LUX, in terms of light intensity. It's much higher outside versus inside, even on a cloudy day. So for example, outdoor light can be 10 to 100 times brighter than indoor lighting. And you gotta understand that sunlight is so much more than you think. It's the entire spectrum of wavelengths, including UV, UVA, UVB, and all of the visible light spectrum. And your body, it needs this full spectrum light. So you want to expose yourself to the entire range of different wavelengths, because all these different wavelengths, they complement each other very well. And that's why it's entirely different to get light from the sun versus indoor LED lighting, screens, or even UV tanning beds, because they aren't full spectrum like the sunlight is. And the sun's light, it also shifts throughout the day. And this shift in light spectrum, it helps align your body's circadian rhythm, your body's biological clock. Now, most of you watching this video, you're probably spending most of your time sitting inside. Unless you have a job where you're working outside. So my main aim for this video is to help you become more aware of the benefits of the sun, so that you go outside more often and you get proper light on your skin on a daily basis. And yes, you want to get sunlight on as much as your body as possible. And clothing and sunscreen blocks light signals, and they will actually inhibit your body's ability to produce vitamin D. So whenever possible, you want to take off your clothes and get light on your entire body. And you have to understand that the sun isn't the enemy, it's our modern lifestyle that is. The reason you get burned or your skin get raisin skin is often an internal issue, due to, for example, the oxidation of the seed oils you eat or the junk food you eat, or it's due to gut dysbiosis or leaky gut that can make your skin more reactive. So it's not just due to the sun. Furthermore, also the reason people burn is because most of you stay inside like 350 days of the year, and then suddenly you shock your skin because you get outside and you just go outside in a couple of extremely sunny days, or you go to holiday in an extremely hot, warm, hot, bright country, and your skin gets burned because you didn't build your sun tolerance. It's important to expose yourself gradually. You want to build this solar callus, as we call it. And also, I want to mention, take off your sunglasses, because when you have sunglasses on, you're actually blocking valuable light signals from the sun towards your eyes. And this misaligns your circadian rhythm and can be problematic for your eye health. And it also stops signaling melanin, and melanin protects your skin from the sun. I also want to touch upon sunscreen, because most commercial sunscreens, they actually contain toxic endocrine disruptors. And these toxic chemicals, they get absorbed into your skin. So let's say if you took a plant and you sprayed it with sunscreen, in a couple of months it would die because it's being blocked from the sun. And it's the same for you. All organisms, we need sunscreen. And most sunscreens are stopping the ability for us to absorb the sun and get all its benefits. So if you do want to use sunscreen, use a mineral-based sunscreen or zinc-based. Or use coconut oil. I like to use coconut oil, which has a natural SPF factor. But really, most optimally, instead of using sunscreen, you want to build up a natural tan. So you want to build up the melanin pigment that protects your body, so you naturally look good, and it's also naturally healthy. Looks equal health. Like this guy, I'll have a picture of him. Note, it can take years to fix a deficiency. So you have to do this for years. You have to adjust and build up your sun tolerance. You have to adjust your malillumination. So you have to do this every year, and every year it gets better. So your body just adjusts and start getting natural, good-looking tan. So prioritize this every year, much more than you have done it before. Every day, get outside, even in the winter, even when it's cloudy, from like mid-spring to mid-September. You want to build up this natural sun tolerance. And also, I briefly want to touch upon your indoor light environment, because you want to have in the evening warmer lamps and dimmer lights, and reduce these harsh overhead LED lights. And a powerful tool you can also use red light during the winters. So if there's one thing you want to take away from this YouTube video, I know it was packed with all kinds of different information, but it is to value the sun, and don't fear it, don't be afraid of it. Get out as much as you possibly can, even in the winter and even if it's gloomy outside, because it will improve your health. Now, at the same time, don't stress about it, because stress will also just impact you negatively if you aren't getting enough sunlight. Just the fact that you are aware of this and doing better and getting outside more than before is much better than before. So if you work an office job, get outside in the lunch breaks. See if you can work outside if possible, or spend weekends outside. So that was it for this video. Value the sun. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe, like, and leave a comment if you like. And I'll probably also have a community going on, so check the links in the description if you want to be part of a community or one-on-one coaching. And I'm happy that you watched this far, and thanks for watching this video.